guys, I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another video of me building in the game Tiny Glade. And today I want to do yet another daily theme build because I actually really enjoy the challenge of doing the daily themes. And I wanted to do this one because it actually already lined up with the idea for a build video in this game that I already wanted to do with you guys. So it was kind of perfect. So basically, if you don't know how daily themes work, every 24 hours the game gives you a new daily theme, and basically it just gives you a title as well as a build starting point that you can either choose to keep and use as part of your build, modify it and use it as part of your build, or just scrap it and just start fresh. But within this build, you try to stick to the theme that was given for that day. And most of the time, I try to at least keep or modify what they give me because I kind of like the challenge. It's almost like a build shell challenge in The Sims. But today's theme is a trading post. And the reason I liked this is because I have been wanting to make a build where I build some kind of like town. So it's not like one or two big builds. I want to have like a bunch of different homes and buildings, and having a trading post area where I could put like a little town area with stores and whatnot felt like it would be perfect for that village slash town build I wanted to do. So that is what we are going to do today. So let's go ahead and jump into the game and see what the starting point is going to be of what it gives us. So when we load into the save file, this is a starting point that is starting us with, and immediately I have mixed feelings, but I think I can make this work as a start. But there's definitely going to be a lot of things I'm changing, including the building itself. I don't really love the building. I like the idea of having this circular building at like the corner of this path, and honestly this is kind of be like the center of the town. I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna have to modify the building a little bit. I definitely think it could look a little different, but like I said, I do like the road. I like the road going through the center of the build. I think that's like a good town vibe. I could build off the road. I don't love the hills and all the trees though. Like I said, I was trying to go for like town vibe, so I feel like if we flatten it out but like keep the roads and like build buildings off the road and build more roads, it would look very towny. But I'm definitely gonna have to deconstruct some hills, erase some trees. I'm thinking maybe we could keep this hill though, because if we have like the town be in this direction with all like, you know, like the pub and the stores and the trading posts, then we could have like the hills have houses on them and they'd be like kind of bigger, nicer houses, and maybe we could have like a farm in the background. I don't know, that's a lot to expect on one piece of land, but I think it's definitely accomplishable. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual build. So I feel like since we have decided to do so many parts to this build and kind of cover the entire build, I feel like the smartest choice of action here would to be divide and conquer. So I think we're going to do like the whole town's area first. And this road pretty much divides up everything perfectly. So on this side, we can have like a whole town's area. It'd be like mainly flat and whatnot. And then I want to move on and do like the big houses on the hill and then like some of the more landscapey stuff in the background and see if we have more room for farm area. Honestly, like we may end the road a little bit early and also make this part slightly farm area. I don't know yet, but we'll see. But like I said, first I want to start with the towns area. I think the most obvious thing, like I said earlier, is to start clearing out the trees and the hills. And honestly, I just think we should clear out all the trees. Like, if I need a tree, I can always place it, but they just kind of get in the way when you keep them. And there's so many trees, like, around the actual plot that they'll just end up blending in anyways. So let's just go ahead and clear out all of these trees on this side of the road. And I think for sure the main thing I want to start out with is this building. Well, actually the first thing I start out with is getting rid of these hills. So let's just real quick go ahead and just get rid of these. Here we go. Just flatten it all out. If I want to put more hills, like a certain building on a hill, I may do that like more in the corners or something. But for now, I just want the town's area to be completely flat, and that makes the building so much smaller. Oh my god. Okay, Well, I do like the round building here kind of in the corner. Like you walk into the town's area and like right across from the houses is like what I would consider like the trading post. So I do kind of want to make this like the center area. And I feel like if this is going to be the center building, it does need to be slightly bigger. Maybe we can make it slightly taller. Honestly, kind of the vibe I saw us going for with this building is one, not green, so we are going to change the color of it, but two, I kind of want to change the shape of it a little bit. Now obviously we're keeping it round, but what if we like had like this flat moment and then we did like another round building? Like, hear me out. We can make this round building like smaller and put it in the center, and then we can lift it up like this, maybe make it a little bit bigger, and then add a roof to this and have it be like a slightly just separated part on top. I don't know, I feel like that just looks cute for like a trading post center. And also I figure like the people are probably gonna come up to the window, so what if we made the window a little bigger and then we could add like a little platform. We could go in front of here, and obviously we're gonna have to shrink this way down, so make it flat like a little platform. Honestly, it could even be like a little bit smaller of an porch area. I might just rotate it. Yeah, rotating it helped. Lift up the bottom because I want it to be like slightly taller. There we go. We can lift it up like that and then put like a staircase up to it, so we can put these stairs in the middle here and slide them up. There we go. And this could be like the quote, like trading post information booth type situation. Maybe we can spread the stairs out a little bit. I kind of like them being like slightly bigger at the bottom. We could have a little flag that could be like information, quote unquote. So like we could put the flag here, pretend that's like information pole, and then put a light here too, so it's like obvious where you're supposed to come. You could put lights on either side, really. Also, I don't know what the point of this thing is, but I'm just gonna remove it. I do want to change the colors before I add the addition onto the back, because I feel like there'd be like a little square piece for the door on the back where the people, like the workers, would go in. I mean, honestly, for all I care, the window could be green. What if we made the roof a little bit of a darker green? It's just, I don't want the actual building to be green. Honestly, I kind of imagine it being like a darker building. I mean, we could do the brick. I feel like I've been doing the brick a lot here recently, but it's just so much better than like this color, like this plain color. It's just like, it's not like dark enough in my opinion, and the brick's like a bit darker. I just don't like the pattern, and I like the green accents, so I don't want to get rid of those. I would rather have the brick and have the texture than have this color. I just really don't like this color. Maybe I could do this color brick. I mean, it's not the darkest, but it makes my point. And then we can also, maybe this part can have the slightly darker brick, like the very dark can be the darker brick. I don't know why I like that. But then also, I guess we could make these green. There we go. And let's also make the flag maybe like a teal color. Maybe like the green and the teals can be the main vibe of like the town buildings, and then like the little businesses and the houses can have their own. I don't know, just a thought. But here's that building. Maybe we also go ahead and put a lantern like in the middle. I don't know, that it kind of gives like there's a bell or something in there. But then, like I said, I want to do a little building off the back, because I imagine like it would have a little building to like enter from the back for the workers, and then we're going to bring it down, bring it in, and then for sure bring it back, because I just want it to be like a little extension. Maybe lower the roof just a little bit, and then we can have a door that goes here. So I know the windows and stuff are up and down, but should I do an arch door? I feel like the arch doors are so much cuter in this game. We could do a slightly bigger arch door, like have it slightly, nope, it doesn't want to do that. Okay, apparently it's too small of a wall for that big of a door. That's unfortunate. Okay, but let's go ahead and perhaps move the door to be a little bit more centered if I'm not gonna make it bigger then. one. And we can also have another light out here. There we go. And then we want to kind of verge off from there and do other buildings. So I kind of imagine like right in here we would have basically buying booths, like where you would go to buy like merchandise and whatnot. So maybe since I'm already having the lamps out, we can kind of choose how these are laid out by putting out these. I imagine having like maybe 3. The path seems to be curving on its own, so maybe let's just go ahead and go with the curve. I don't mind doing that. And then between each one of these posts we can have a little sales market area. And then what if the beginning of the town had like a water area? So the water area could be behind like the posts and stuff, and there could be like a little brown building over there by the water. I don't know, that's just an idea. So maybe let's go ahead and put some water in the beginning of the town's area. It can just be like kind of a random shape. Maybe something like this, and then we could put a round building here and like a dock here, and then we can make the path go back around this, so we can have like the path go to the dock, and then maybe there'll be a path up to the building and the dock that curves back around to this path, something like this maybe, and then this can go that. Maybe this be just like a circle area here that kind of has everything connecting to it. That could work. I could probably erase a little bit of this, but do it like that. And then I kind of imagined maybe over here there being like a quote pub or something. So this was the area I was debating on making a little bit higher up, because we could do like just like a little incline of a hill. I felt like that might be a cute idea, and we could just make it like a very low hill, so it's like almost not noticeable that's higher. But I kind of imagined that being there. So like we have the pub there, the waterfront there, the buildings there. Maybe we could have the store, or like an actual store or something where like maybe they sell like pot goods or something. So maybe I'll mark those with some lanterns. So maybe we could have like 2 slightly bigger stores here. But then we have to kind of figure out what to put in the middle. I kind of figured that's going to be the parky area, like the water. Or I guess we could have a separate parky area that doesn't have water. I just don't know how exactly we would pull that off. Also, we could have like a big official building, like I don't know, maybe like a mayor's building, or like the town square main court building or something. So that could be here too. I'm almost tempted to put that on an incline as well, because what if we did like a square hill, like a more rectangle square hill? I feel like we could make that work and it be like kind of its own height above everything else, and then we could put the parky area like right here. Maybe we could put like a little well fountain or something right there in the center and have like just landscaping around it or something. Let's maybe mark the areas over here. So I guess if we're gonna do the stores this way, let's have the path go out like this maybe. And then like I said, I kind of imagine this being like the start of like the farm area, so maybe we can circle this path back around this way, and I can erase this path, and we'll know to just kind of leave that area alone for now. And then I think that's a pretty good layout here. So I think the easiest would be to start with the smaller stuff. So maybe let's go ahead and start with like the little parky type area I was planning on having here. Like I said, we're probably gonna do a well, because I'm well known for doing wells at this point. But we can make it a little bit smaller of one because I kind of want there to be like the vibe that park benches would go here. I think maybe I could try to somehow summon in some decoration since I'm putting a building, because I'm mainly used to doing it like with doors and stuff. Let's go ahead and bring that up to be like a well type building, and I guess we can make it a little bit bigger. And then what I like to do here is go ahead and take the wall and make a circle around it. Sometimes it's trial and error here, but just go swoop and then bring it around and go swoop, and then obviously we'll adjust it once we have its location. All right, it's definitely not my best well, but I think it'll do, and we can just go ahead and take the water tool and put some water in the center of it to make it a true type of well. And then I don't think that I can use the door thing. It's not gonna work on a wall for me to like put like decoration. I wish there was another way to put decoration besides like putting down windows and doors, but I guess we could just do like a super tiny building. Maybe this is like a little public bathroom area or something next to the well. I don't know. That's like the best solution I can think of, because we could do this building, bring it down, just make it like a little tiny building. Maybe we can even rotate it off here to the side, and then we can put little doors and windows on it. Let's go ahead. Yeah, see, when I put the doors, it puts like a little bench and wagon and whatnot. So we could do that. That could be like a little bathroom. Maybe I could even put little windows on the side to bring some more decor in. So that has a little towel on it. Honestly, that's kind of perfect. It's almost like you come out and like dry your hands on it. Okay, so that puts like a little public area. I guess it's a little tall for a bathroom. I'm trying to realize that a lot of my builds are a little too chunky and big, so I'm trying to do slightly smaller stuff sometimes. All right, so we can have a little public restroom here with a little seating area. Maybe the town hall area has like some stairs coming up, so we could have like a little path going up to like some stairs right here that lead to this park area. I don't know, I feel like that looks nice. Maybe we could have some trees and landscaping or whatnot, so we could have like a tree maybe here in the center part, a tree over by this building and the well. That's a little too much into the well. We could move it over like that and maybe put a tree over by the stairs. I kind of liked maybe having like a tree area over here and having like flowers around it. I don't know, I feel like the flowers around the tree would be really pretty right here. Maybe we can have some flowers over by, no, I don't want to erase my bucket, like that. There we go. And maybe we can just do some flowers kind of around the rock in general, just like as some landscaping. I don't know, I feel like that looks nice. We could have that. Maybe we can continue it over on this side, on the other side of the stairs. Oh, that's kind of nice. And we could have some like out here as well, kind of going up to the pathing a little bit. Maybe even the stairs could have a little bit. So I said we were doing the small buildings first, so I guess the next smallest buildings would be over by the lake area, because I thought I was going to do like a dock and then like a circular building over here, kind of like the idea of like the public restroom, but like it'd be like maybe for like dock suppliers. Maybe it's a dock store, so you could buy like fishing gear there. That's a cute idea. Maybe we do that. It would be a very small store, but I feel like that fits the vibes. But first, let's do the dock. It's kind of a bigger dock than I imagined, but I kind of like it. Maybe we can bring it in a little bit more, but we could do like that. And that, if we take the pathing here, I think we can, yeah, we can add stairs onto both sides of it. Oh, you can open up the end of the dock. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Hold on. I know that's technically stairs, but I kind of like the vibe of like you go there and just like go fishing off the dock. Can we also, I know you can add trapdoors that will sometimes add stuff on the dock or whatever type building you're going for. I still haven't quite figured this out, but it does sometimes put some stuff here, so we could add some stuff to the dock. I kind of like that. If it'll freaking stay, I guess that works. We can do that. That's not necessarily like fishing stuff, but it'll have to do because I can't be like, put fishing gear down here. Add some lights around the place as well. So we can put some lights over in the fishing area, lamppost type lights right by the dock to kind of light up the dock. And then, like I said, we're going to have our little circle building here. I guess we can kind of make this like the trading post almost, to where like you come up to the window and get your stuff. So I kind of like the round roof situation we've been doing. So maybe I'll continue on with that, with a little side building for like the employees to enter or whatnot. I kind of like that idea. That's cute. And we have the window there. Have a little door over here in this moment. It has a little bell on it. Actually, that's adorable. Okay, and a little shovel. I like that. I imagined having a little platform like we did on the other building. So we can just bring that down and shrink that in. Nope, not rotate it. That's not what I want it. But we can go ahead and shrink that in and maybe bring it up just a little bit. And then put our window here. So we'll put the big window again and put it like that. So you can buy all your fishing supply here. Okay, I like that. And maybe we'll put a little light on here. So we put a light by the window, put a little light above the door, and then maybe we can have like a little shack out here too. I mean, I might as well just have like a little storage shack. Honestly though, I kind of like the little vegetable stall here moment. Maybe we could put a door on the side. Maybe the door is on the side and we can do like a little, like a very little path that kind of circles around. I like that. And then we could put like a little tree here, a little tree here, and maybe just some flowers. I like the bushing look. And we could continue that around the dock like that, maybe. And then maybe we could have some more trees, like in this area. We could just put like some trees like that. And I said I was gonna put little stalls here. So most of these buildings are good being green. Maybe we can make the fishing area like a lighter green color. We could go with a lighter green, and then this building maybe like a yellow. Maybe we can keep the light green roof and just make it a yellow building, kind of like a storage shed. And we can put a little light situation out here as well. So we can put a light here and then come and put a light over by this tree. There we go. That works. We're gonna make a little market stalls over here. That's the word I was looking for earlier, market stalls. So let's actually go ahead and move these lights forward a little bit just to give us a little bit more room for the market stalls. Tighter spot than I intended. But let's do the middle one first so we can kind of get a sizing on both sides. A main building, like the actual person's building. And I'll probably make these like brown. I don't know why. I just feel like brown market stalls are kind of the vibe. Maybe each one could have like a different color roof. That could be the vibe we go for. We could even do like this orangey color and then having, let's see, how do I want to do this? Because doors are going to be there. I don't think we can I do archways into this? Like kind of just make I guess I can make the doors so big that they're archways. So that's kind of like what I'm imagining. I could just have little archways into here. Go ahead and take a wall and make this. I will lower it, but I can make this like this and lower it to where like they would be like a sails. We have to erase this part of the path. But if we lower the walls, it looks like you would come up to like buy stuff there. I do think we need to make it where it's flat on the top. I think that would be for the best, but we could shrink them all to be the same size pretty much. And then each one could like sell something different. So they could, like I said, each have a different color roof. Like I said, I kind of imagined them having a brown tone. So the walls, so this one could be like a dark brown roof, and then we could do different color roofs, but kind of stick with like the brownish vibe. And so we want to put a building and lower the roof, bring it outside. This one can actually even be slightly bigger. Let's go ahead and put that to, I think we decided to go for this, and then I guess I'll go ahead and choose the roof color because we can do black, gray, or like this yellow. Maybe we do yellow, brown, and then have like the black on the end. It'd be like a color gradient. But then let's do the same thing with the archway here to where we make it a big indoor part to the building. This one can have 3 arches, I guess, because that's how it's going to do it. I don't want there to really be a lot of bushes here in the market stall area. So let's erase what of those we can, but we still have to make it to where the wall will work. So let's put the wall down here. I don't know if this is going to I don't think it's going to cause an arch. Right there it's going to cause an arch. Okay, I'll fix that. But let's go ahead and lower this. Honestly, they all need lowering more. So yeah, we could do it like that. And then we need to erase the pathing. So that's one, that's another. They're a little differently shaped, but we have to remember that's kind of the point of this game, is for it not all to be completely perfectly even. So honestly, I kind of want to shrink this because I think this one needs to be kind of small for the width we have for it. So we can scoot this back and have it like that and lower the roofing a little bit because I do want them to be somewhat cohesive. Color the roof. I decided we were going to go with black on this one. So we could do that and then go ahead and do the pathing to make the archways go. Lift the archways up and then go ahead and do the walls. This here, I wish these would just all count as like one wall, so I just have to lower the height just once. Oh, I accidentally cut that wall. Whoops. I guess we could do like the same thing with the flag and do like a different color flag on each one to kind of show, hey, this is what this sells. So since this one has a yellow roof, we maybe could do this one to have like a yellow flag. This one, I guess, could be pink, and then this one could be maybe purple color, or the stores we have here. So I have a little marketplace there, put some trees out here, like behind here, and pretend this is like a little sitting area. We could have like some flowers right here, so maybe we could have some flowers like that, have it bushy. Maybe we can put a tree there. There we go, have some nice little trees out here. Well, maybe not this tree. Hold on. Maybe delete that second tree just because I don't want it to block the town building right there, like the little information center. And maybe we could have like some fencing around the water or something, and then change the color of this to be like a darker brown situation. And then what if, since this is like the entry of the town, we put like a fake information board? Because what we could do is we could put like a very, very skinny building and like do like this kind of roof situation, put some kind of, I guess a flag would be our best option, and pretend it's like information about the town. And also I said the town's color was mainly going to be like the teal and green situation, so maybe we'll do this teal, this green, this a green color, or I kind of like it just like the solid wall almost. That's, I can't really see the difference between these two right now. Have a little light there so it can be like, hi, welcome to the town. The water right behind it. This road leads to here. The next biggest buildings are going to be like the tavern and the store. So I guess the stores would be a little smaller here, so we could do it here. And these stores I want to look like you can actually like walk into. I guess we could do like 2 smaller buildings together and make it look like 2 stores in one area. So what if we did this building here and bring it back? It could be long skinny buildings. So I have that one there, and then do do one right beside it, and then we could center them a little bit. And then I kind of imagined them both having like their own separate little step up. Then we want to do the same thing here. I really wish there was a copy and paste button though. That would make my life so much easier when it came to doing this type of stuff. And then have the pathing go up here and make a little stair moment here. That as a store, that as a store. And then we want to put some doors. So we want to make that door bigger. There we go. So little doors here. I like that this has a bell and this has a little ladder on it, but I do want to move this to the center, which gets rid of the ladder. Dang it. I liked the ladder. Oh, wait, can I just click on it and decorations show up? Oh, it only brings up one decoration, but if it doesn't show, apparently I can click on it and it'll show more decorations. And then we can add a little window into the store because you want people to see what's in your store. And then maybe we can use like this whole windows to pretend is like maybe it's like an old-timey sign that like tells you what's in the store. So let's bring those in a little bit. There we go, like that. And then we can do the same type of situation over in this area. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I wanted each one of these stores to have a different color theme. So let's go ahead and maybe make this one like bright pink. And we can have it have like a maybe gold roof and like gold and brown accents. I don't know. I feel like that could be cute. So let's do these and these colors. And then this one maybe could have a teal vibe, like a green and teal vibe. I guess that's the more of the theme of the town. Maybe a teal, and maybe both the buildings can be pink, and then like, well, there's not a teal door. Okay, maybe this is teal roof and pink everything else. I guess that's colorful enough for a store. And then we kind of just want to repeat the same situation over here, but maybe we can make the buildings look slightly different. That would be beneficial, especially since these probably could be honestly a little bit bigger. So maybe we could have this one here and make it like that, bring it back all the way. Yeah, we're gonna make these be a little bit bigger. And honestly, what if we maybe like we can even rotate the roofs and then do big front porch. So we can go ahead and lower that, bring that down, and have that be like a front porch area. We can do this same thing over here. So let's go ahead and put this building down right up against it to where it almost looks like it's one building. And then let's go ahead and put the front porch. So we can lower that, and that back. And then we want to take the pathing and make it more uniform there. And then put some stairs up in the center like that. And then maybe on these, we could use the doors to where they go like 2 doors entryway and then like a window in the middle. Well, we could actually have the corner of the buildings have windows as well, and that adds some decoration around the place too. Like it has a little broom here that's super cute. Oh, I love the sunflower, that's so cute. And then I want to change the colors, so let's go ahead. Those 2 buildings are pink, so maybe let's make these 2 buildings more blue. I kind of like the idea of us having like a blue theme going on here, and one could have like a blue roof and then one could have like a purple roof. I think the roofs do need to be a little bit smaller though, so we could do those. And honestly, we could add some little bit of a slight increase in them and just like have them have a little bit of a curve. I know I've been mainly doing like the outer curves, like the circular more, but maybe this on these stores we could bring them in a little bit. Can have flags as their signs. Like we had the little knots here, but maybe these could have like a flag. I don't want them to connect. Just do like that. And then yours can stay blue and yours can go purple. And then also let's go ahead and make these doors and windows purple. There we go. And then we would make these blue. I guess the blue is kind of a tealish color, but not like that teal. And then the last thing, I know we have light posts, but I always like to have lights on the buildings as well. So we can have lights on the corners of the building on those, and then on these we can have them centered here. Okay, so we have some little stores that people could go into, and then we have to make like the pub area. So I kind of imagined like this being like an indoor outdoor type space. So let's go ahead and maybe it can have like a big tower moment. And then I guess let's go ahead and choose the thing. I kind of imagined this being like a brick building, honestly. Maybe we could go for that darker brick, and we could maybe do this as like a teal green building. This roof we can do slightly curved. Could it have a balcony? That could be a fun idea. Hold on. I think if we want to do a round balcony though, we are gonna have to use like a round building, flatten it. Yeah, that's probably our best way to do this. And it could go out like that. Maybe it could have a door here. For once, I don't want the decoration. It's wanting to give me decoration. Can I just click the decoration away? I can change the decoration. I thought it only came with one decoration. Okay, well, let's just put the little reef on it. And we could probably put windows all right here. And then I don't think we can put a fence on it, but I think we can make it to where it's not flat at least. So we can pretend that's a fence. Big windows on the bottom. Okay, so that could be a fun accent part of the building. But then like I wanted the main building to kind of be like over here. I guess we could do like the entryway here and then have like the bar area over here. So what if we took a square building, put it like this, and made it go into both of the buildings I'm about to have, make it a little bit taller, maybe line up with that. What if we lifted it like that to where it almost has where you have to go up, and then put balcony type situation here. Slide it in, slide it back, slide it down, make it flat. And then this can be like the entry to like the pub. So there's like seating in here. You could go inside to this area, but I kind of imagined this. Okay, maybe we do want to even shrink this a little bit more, because I imagine this having like an actual building piece. You can make this merge together to look like one building. I want this to be like the big building. So I imagine this being like the actual area of the bar. Does this actually need to be bigger? I was planning on that being a small building, but I guess we could make it to where it goes into this building more like that, and it's just like a curve type building. It would have to be lowered to be more even. No, I like it taller though. But like I said, I kind of imagined there being like a whole area here to like sit outside and order drinks and whatnot. So I wanted there to be more of a platform. Kind of imagine this, and then I guess we'll have to move this to do I guess this will actually have to be flat against the ground to do what I'm wanting to do, because I kind of imagine it being like the market stalls to where we used the stuff to have it be archways. So we could have it be like this and be completely open, and like each window be a different spot to go order a drink or whatnot, but we leave this platform like that. It's just I wanted a stair railing to go into here. I could have a stair that goes just this, so we can like bring it out like this. We could even slightly tilt it, honestly, because we could have it go up to the side. Honestly, what if we had it go up to both, so it kind of like is a stairway to both this door and that one? Okay, that could work. And I don't know how we really pull off this looking like the inside build. I guess we could do another, oh my god, I'm just making this so complicated on myself. Okay, but like what if we did another building on the inside? First, let's just do that like that, and then move this building back to where it was. Oh god. I don't know if that was a good idea. I may have just messed that up. Okay, that's what I want it. I want it to make this where it had like windows to like come up to. So I guess I could just do the windows slightly bigger. It only will let me do them to a 2 size. It won't let me do them all the way tripled, but we could do those. And then it looks like you come up to the bar and like order your drink. I don't know what that little door is for. Maybe that's like for pets or something. I don't know. But then we can take this platform and flatten it. Signage is definitely interesting, but I kind of like it. And our stairs just like completely went back to how they... Excuse me, why did you fix yourself? I don't like that you did that. Oh, you can make it like a whole ass railing. Huh. I learn more and more about this game every time I play it. Well, maybe we have like handicap accessibility from there, and then we can do the actual stairs here. So let's make some stairs here. And then, like I said, I want to put the door over here to the pub. So maybe let's do like a big arch door, like a big arch door, so we can have it like that. Honestly, like what if we even had just like a triple entrance, so we could do that where there's 3 doors, so it's really obvious what's the entrance. I kind of like that. I also kind of like the idea of there being like a chimney moment over here. We take this smaller building, let's shrink it in like that, and then we could go here and put another little small building over here, bring this in, make it super tiny, flatten the roof, bring it up a little bit. I actually don't mind this like that. I kind of like the fact there's a birdhouse. I was gonna make it, or a bird's nest. I was gonna say I was gonna make it a little bit taller, but that kind of cancels the bird nest, but we can still do it like this, and it's still hidden there. And then we can take the little chimney moment. Oh, that's cute. No, I like that. And then I want to go ahead and take the secret, I call them secret doors, but they're really just like trapped doors. But if I click on it, okay, we'll put a little birdhouse there. That's kind of cute. Okay, I'll give it that. That's kind of cute. And that'd be like the pub area next to the little water with the little market stalls and the stores. I feel like there's still room for something right here. I just don't know exactly what to put right here. Maybe we can just put like another little building. Maybe, I don't know what kind of store it would be, but I just imagine it just being like a little store on the side. Maybe it's like a little family owned shop or something. It could be like a cute little cabin-y looking store. This in the background right here, bring it out like that. We can make it a little bit wider. And what if we like made the roof like kind of circular and down? I don't know, I'm trying to go for like really cutesy vibes here. So let's actually decide the color on this. Honestly, why am I kind of feeling like a little colorful shop? So we could make it like golden. Oh, that's cute. Wait, that's actually really cute. And then we can make it to where it's like this as a little building, and then we had a slightly, I guess that's gonna have to be slightly smaller to make that work. Okay, because we can make it like this, but shrink it like this, and then have this go back. Okay, so maybe this is like a little restaurant or something. That could be a cute idea. It could be like a little restaurant. So we have like a little pub and then a little eating area. Okay, hold on, that's cute. And then we could do like this be the entrance to the actual building, and then you can add this here, so we can straighten this out, lift this up to be like higher, and a little deck area this, and it can come out like a little seating area like this. Okay, that's kind of cute. Maybe we could even have like, let's see, how would be the best way to do this? I want to do like a almost covered area, made it like about the same size, lift it up to make a little roof, maybe a slightly lower roof, lift this up. Oh no, I'm stupid. I can do the same type of thing I do with the well. Duh. Okay, so yeah, just make that like that. There we go. Wow, why did I have like a total blank moment on that? Okay, but we could like just make it like that. I kind of like the idea that you have to go inside to get to this part. So let's go ahead, and when it comes to the doors, maybe we put a big door to the inside. We can even do like a double door, and then this one could be like a big triple door. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of having flags all around this. Hold on, maybe do the flags over here too. Okay, so these flags, I'm gonna do a green, so like that one. So let's go ahead and put some more flags, so like we can put the main entranceway here, and then put, oh, I kind of like that though. Wait, can I make, okay, it's not gonna keep going if I do it like that. Okay, maybe I start over here and then connect these. There we go. That's better. Oh, these still don't want to connect. If I move this over, does it connect? Why does that not want to connect? Actually kind of annoying that I have to like do that. Okay, well, I guess these can have two like that. It's not quite even, but maybe that's realistic. So I kind of like that. Maybe we can even put a flag on the top on this one. And then this one, I kind of imagined having flags. Oh, that connects to that building. I don't want to connect to that building, but I kind of imagine like having these flags be like this. I guess the restaurant and the bar could be one area. I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. I don't think that's gonna happen. So these have the more blue flag. So let's do blue, and make all of these blue. So they are technically connected. I feel like it transfers over into the blue once you get over here. So we can do that. There we go. And I like the fact that it goes blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. That's kind of fun. Maybe can I do trapped doors on this area? I can, but it's not really showing. Can you give me decoration? Okay, we got pumpkin. I mean, that's something. All right, maybe we make the trapdoors like even. It can look intentional that they're there, and then they can have like the baskets there. There we go. I guess I can put windows here as well, so we can put some decoration out here. All right, but we can do these windows like that. That's cute. And that be like the little restaurant area. I guess I do need to put some stairs and a little path thing up to here. So let's get a little path connecting. We're going to stick with the dirt path, and maybe we can do a little just whole cleared out area in front of here. Lights up in here. So let's get some lights on either side of the building. I guess we can put another lamppost here since there's one on the other side, and then put some lighting out by the door. That's cute. All right, so that's our little restaurant. We have our little tavern, our stores. Now I guess the only area left over into the town's area is like the big like mayor's building, like town square court type area. So on this one, I imagined it being quite a bigger building. So let's just go ahead and make it to where it's two of these. That's pretty realistic. I have these kind of try to be as even as we can, but go as close to everything as we can. I guess the smartest way to do this for the shape I'm wanting is to do a small building in the center, which this one does not come back near as far as I thought it did. Okay, let's do that. And to do that, we can lift this one up to be higher. I kind of imagined a round part right here. So almost as if we take a circle building, make it as tall as we can. Do we want to make it a little bit lower? I guess making it a little bit lower than the back area would be smart. So we can make that higher, and then maybe make this like a rounder shape. We can make this slightly rounder, these slightly rounder, and then I imagined this going like this. I guess what we want to do is do it like this. So we could do it like that, and then do another round building, and then that poke out like a little balcony. We could bring this roof piece into the round part, and honestly make this a little bit wider than the round part so it sticks out. Yeah, I kind of liked that being the kind of image I was going for here. Maybe lower the roof a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And then that being like the big main building. And I imagined this one, we were going to go stick with the green theme. So maybe like the actual building itself could be green. I like that. So let's do that, and then maybe the side, let's make the main building having that, and then these could have the wooden structures. These could have the dark green to go with that. But then I kind of imagine these roofs having like a golden feature. So almost like it's like a golden top to show. And then like we can make this part golden as well. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that more than I thought I would. Okay, so we can make the middle part all golden. Wait, I kind of like that. Should I stick with just the golden all over? Because we can make these like golden on the side and then just have like the accents be green. I kind of like that, honestly. But I do need like a actual little balcony here as well. So I think we need to take this hill and push it back some and give us a little bit more room over here. And then can we push this building back any? We can. So let's just go ahead and take this whole thing and just shift it back some. I will even it back out in the front in just a second. I think that looks good. And that leaves room for us here to then make another circular building, completely shrink this one, make this one to where it's completely flat on the top, and then let's just make it bigger. I imagined the stairs going directly to it, so we can take the path and just, well, it looks like the stairs are mainly already there. The hill is getting in the way of the stairs. I actually didn't think about that being a problem. I guess because we already built on the hill, I can't really, oh, there, can I click on it? Okay, there we go. I can kind of click on it. I wish I could make it like a less branch of a hill. So if I do it like that, and then what if I lowered this? There we go. That helps fix the problem a little bit. All right. I guess it's not the best. I guess we could also do like actual stairs. It's just the actual stairs are really annoying. Like, I hate doing the actual stairs, but I guess that could be the smartest move here. So we could do those and make it stretch out like this and then go up like that, I guess would be the best way. So we do have some actual stairs, and then just do the same thing over here. So we have that. It doesn't look the best, but it'll do. Some doors up here to show that you can access this. We do the green doors here and do like a big door there, an actual door into the place. I hate that the fact there's bushes right here. That really bothers me. And maybe we do 3 big doors, so it kind of shows there's like multiple entrances. So we have that. And honestly, can I just erase the flowers right here? Is that what's causing this? I don't know what's causing. I guess I could put more pathing carefully circular around there. There we go. And that kind of brings the stairs all the way around too, so I guess that helps. Let's go ahead and put our flags up, and maybe more flags up here. Let's change the color of them first because there's too many. So let's go here, and we decided the town color was going to be this color. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put some more over here. So we'll put flags here, and I guess we can start here and just work our way around. So let's just go like this. There we go. That looks nice. And that looks kind of like a town center. I kind of want to put more like chimneys around. I feel like it would be cute to see a bunch of like little smoke going around. It's probably not like a healthy thing, but we could put one there. I feel like it would make sense for the restaurant to have 2 actually. I don't think the stores need them or the town hall. I don't think the marketplace needs them. So maybe just those 3 buildings. So I feel like the big buildings could like start here. We could have like maybe 3 big buildings right here and then flatten this hill out. Let's go ahead and actually, and then the big houses can be over here on this hill, little farmhouses behind the big houses. So maybe even this hill can be flattened a little bit. Yeah, I'm making less and less room for bigger houses, but honestly, the bigger houses are only like the rich people's houses. That's less of a population, so there can be more farmhouses. I'm kind of happy with that because I feel like this just looks like the main road to the town. Obviously, like probably it could go further and there'd be more houses. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe let's go ahead and just put a little out road to like lead out of our town since we have one that way. So since this is kind of like the quote end of the town road to where it would go out into like the more residential area, hypothetically, maybe since the entrance of the town has like a hey, welcome to this town sign, we could have like a, hey, you're leaving the town's area sign. I don't know, I just feel like it makes sense. So we could do like a building maybe kind of up to here. I kind of want it to be on a slight angle to be like, hey, you're leaving town, here's attention. And then lower the roof, but make it the same shape as the other roof to where it like indent it a little bit. And then I guess we want to use the same method of using the flags to go ahead and mark that. This on this one, put a little light fixture, and then I guess we can put some more flowers. Maybe we should put some flowers by the path, the sign, or the path up front. Maybe that's what was missing, because I felt like something was missing. Yeah, let's get some flowers around here. That'll make it look nice. I like that. Maybe we could get some flowers on the other side of the entrance too. And honestly, I wouldn't mind making the path a little bit bigger on this entryway. Grand entrance to the town road area. There we go. And I guess since we're doing signs by the front and the entrance, and the whole point of the build was the trading post building, which I know we're doing much more than the trading post building, but maybe we put like a little miniature sign here. Like it could be like super tiny, just obvious enough that it is a sign. We want to do those same type of roof textures. Do I like the lighter green or the darker green? Maybe I do like the darker green. And then we can do a little sign. Can I make them where they don't connect? They automatically want to connect. I don't know how to make them not connect. Well, we have a little sign here. Maybe we can put a light up here. I don't like it cutting off the flag, so we'll do it like that. And that can be like the little trading post sign, quote unquote. Can I move this flag? It's still going to connect if I have this flag there. That's so annoying. I really don't like that. And the only solution I can actually think of is to like move the whole building itself. It still connects. That's stupid. I don't like that. Okay, well, either way, it is what it is. But we have that. And honestly, I kind of like that as the town area. I think the next thing we're going to work on is the actual big rich people's building, and then we'll fit in what of a farm community that we can. Up here, like I said, is where I want to have the rich people's community. So let's go ahead and start clearing out trees. Oh, that's a smaller hill incline than I thought. Okay, maybe we leave the trees on this incline. It could be like a little decorative to the entryway of the town, but we need to this hill actually bigger. That's better. All right, so we can have that like that. I like this being a house like right here, and I kind of imagine there being like another house right here. So maybe there's like a big house right here, and then like a slightly smaller big house right here. Like maybe like the mayor lives here, and then like the mayor's extended family, and then this all be like the farm land and whatnot. Let's bring this up a little bit too. This slightly bigger and slightly more even. I can't make it 100% even, but I can do my best. Yeah, I kind of want the stairs to be like a big stairway leading up right here. Actual stairs, or do the pathing like this, because I kind of like the idea of the pathing like this better, but I don't like how steep it is. Like, can I make this part of the hill? I guess I can make this part of the hill a little lower, or should I just do the whole stairs like that? Should I just do that? I feel like those aren't going to be as wide as I want them, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could do a second one, but it's just like, that's a pain. That's a pain to have to do a whole second staircase, but let's just, I guess, do that. I just hate doing the actual staircases. Like, I feel like they're so aggravating to deal with. Like, they actually annoy me to do the staircasing. I would rather just do the pathing, but sometimes up the hill it just doesn't look as nice as you want it to. So we can have that. That can be the stairway up to like the mayor's house, I guess. Because it makes sense that they would live like right on the edge of town. Maybe we can lower that a little bit too. And then we can go ahead and get an entryway here. So maybe we do like form area. So we can do it like that. It's not going quite as low as I would like it. I guess I could extend the stairs that. And then let's maybe make this part a little bit shorter. And then we can have the actual house right here, which I want to be pretty decent sized house because I kind of see this being like a 2-story house. So we could make that go like that and then add sides of the house. But let's go like that. Maybe make this merge into there a little bit. And then I kind of imagine this part actually being taller. Try to mimic that over here. Alright, and then make that taller. Is that even? Not even. So let's maybe shrink this in a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely not even. There we go. Base of this house. I really overshot that. That's like not even at all. At least the base of it. And then I kind of imagined there being even a second layer on this house if we can take another square building and put it up here, bring the bottom up here, bring this down where it's not quite as tall, but then extend it. Should we have it like I don't know if that'd be worth it. Does that just look weird cutting into it like that? We could put like a roof piece on this and maybe like curve the roof piece and look intentional. I kind of like that. And then we can make this one have a structure on the top like that. Oh, that looks nice. That definitely looks kind of like a mayor's house, but I feel like the color is not the vibe we're going for. I like that. And then we want to put some pathing here to get rid of some of these flowers. It put a little bit of a stair on the side, but honestly I kind of like that. It makes the porch look bigger. I want it to put actual doors. So let's go ahead and maybe get some big doors here so we could do, why does that not line up? Okay, because the porch is crooked. Well, let's do that. Try to put the door down again. It's still being weird. I don't like that. It is the best I can do. Okay, let's try the doors now. There we go. All right, and then we can make these doors even bigger. So bring these out. Maybe we can do a door in the middle. You know, it's supposed to be a fancy house. Do all the fancy things. Can we get some big windows here so we can put those there? Bigger this. Some smaller windows in the middle here. There we go. That looks nice. So, do I want the doors to be a darker green? I kind of like the darker green vibes for the doors. Entrance way up here, so maybe we can do a door in the middle. Put windows on either side of it and add some clutter that way. I still think we should put maybe different windows up here. Maybe we could do like some square windows up here. Oh, and that adds a little bucket up there. That's cute. Wait, that's cute. I didn't think about putting decoration up here. Wait, hold on. I kind of like that. I liked the clutter that was there first, but we could add a little wagon like that. That's not really right. I guess we could hide hidden doors like here. That gives a little crate. And then we can put another one in this corner and have a little barrel there. Okay, that's cute. That adds some clutter to the mayor's house. And then we want to get some big windows over on this area. So maybe we can do like 2 bigger windows here. I like that. I mean, it is the mayor's house, so I don't know whether I should put flag or not. I feel like they would have one just to represent the town, but I don't want people to think it's like a building that they're supposed to go into. So maybe I'll just put like 1 flag. And then since it's a house, maybe it would make sense for there to be like some chimney areas. So we can do like a chimney maybe on either side of the top of the house. I feel like that makes sense. Let's get some lights everywhere so we can put some by upstairs door. We can put some by the main entrance. That definitely looks like a mayor's house. I mean, I want it to be bigger than the town's main building area. I think that was accomplished. I kind of imagined at least one bigger home. We could possibly even fit 2 bigger homes. Maybe one of them could be a circle or have like a circular moment. So like, what if we put like a large tower here that had this type of building merging into it? We could even have it have a little extension here as well that was like slightly taller. That kind of a cute house. It's definitely not like the mayor's house, but it's cute and it's bigger than like what the townspeople are gonna have. We can have this be a house. Maybe we put a little front porch area. I just feel like the town's buildings and the rich people's home would have like front porched areas. Maybe even this one honestly could extend all the way here and just be like one big front porch. And we could have maybe, what if we had like a little stair situation going up this hill? Okay, that's kind of cute. Let's maybe lower this all the way to the ground. That could be a cute house. Let's go ahead and add some doors and windows. So we'll have a big door here, so we can have that centered. Finally a bench comes up. I've been wanting a bench to come up so long now. All right, and then we could put that door there. I imagined there being windows on this tower, so let's go ahead, those in there, even one in the middle, kind of like that. And then we can have 2 windows here, 2 windows here, and then maybe it can also have a chimney on it. So let's get 2 chimneys on the side over here, and maybe we'll have another. Could we have a chimney at the very top? I don't love how tall it is, but it does fit up there. No, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'll just leave the chimneys on the side. Maybe we can put one in the back, like right here. We'll put a light here, so the light there, put the light by that door. All right, so that's a cute little house, and then maybe we can have one more kind of skinny but like super tall house in the middle. So we could have like this building here, and then we could color it to be green, and this just be like the Green family's house. I don't know. Maybe this could have a balcony. Oh, that would be cute. Wait, no, I like that idea. So let's actually make this roof a bit taller. We will take this building and put it, ooh, we could put it up here and have like a little, I did say it was going to be a balcony, but what if it was just like a extension out like that, and like the roof piece could show there, and then we could put, I guess we could put a balcony on this. That is an option. So we could do like this, flatten this, lower this, and just have a little balcony piece there with a door here. I actually like that. And then like the entrance to the house, we could have a little balcony, or not balcony, but you know, front porch area, like right here. I don't know where the stairs should be. I kind of like the stairs going off the side, since we did it off the side on that one is the best we could really do there. So we could extend that out. I don't love how that's fitting. Like it could be a little better, maybe like that. That's a little easier. There we go. That could work. And then, oh nope, that did not go up as evenly as I thought it did. Okay, well, still, that's gonna have to do. And then we'll put a bigger door for their front door right here, and then needs some lights and windows. So let's go ahead and put a light there, and then maybe this house could have square windows. We could do little windows up here, go, and maybe it could have a chimney as well. That honestly, I kind of just want to do the chimney like right on top. I think I can, yeah, I can lower the height of it, and that'll help. But I don't know, I kind of like that. Maybe that's like our rich people's area. I don't know, maybe they have some kind of thing around back. Maybe this could be a little shed building for them or something. I don't know. This building here, and have it go out like this. Yeah, I could see this just being like a little shed building out the back. We should probably put a door out the back these two houses. So maybe this is like a shared shed moment. So we also need to put windows on the back of these houses too. So let me just go ahead and put some windows here. So there we go. This one can have a couple windows right there. You have a big window there. That works. And then this needs to have door out the back. Honestly, we could just do a triple door like that. And that adds some supplies around. And then we could do a door into the shed here, a door into the shed here. And then I don't want the main building to have a door, but this is all on a level. So I feel like it has to be this door, this wall. So I guess I could, do I just do a random door off to the side? Does that look weird? I feel like we can make it look less weird at least. It's a little uneven, but I feel like it makes sense. And then we could do some windows there. Maybe we could do a window on this side as well. Do we have windows on the side? I guess it would only make sense. Some bigger windows over here. I guess we don't really have to have windows in between the houses, but I think that looks good for the window situation. And then we can put a little pathway out here. And then maybe like this is like a secret way that these houses connect, but we can have it go kind of like that. So that's a little shed out there or the back of them. And then maybe should we have like a privacy barrier here? A little like privacy wall here. I mean, it is like supposed to be like the mayor's area, so it only makes sense that they would have like a little privacy wall built into the hill. Maybe connect to the building, and then we can bring it up to like about the size of the building. I guess that works. And then the rest of this can just be like farm, rural workers area maybe. I swear, it's like I said earlier, every time I play this game, even though I've been playing it for pretty much multiple days a week for almost 6 months now, I swear every time I play this game, I learn something new I can do in it. And today, apparently, I am just meant to learn about decorations, because earlier I accidentally discovered how you can like click through a object multiple times and it will spawn different decorations. I was having trouble like spawning the decorations I wanted, but then I was like complaining. I was like, I wish you could move them easier. And then I was placing these windows down while I was like not talking, because I was going to come back and be like, okay guys, I decided this building looked a little bare, so I was going to add some windows, which I did. I added a couple in the front and quite a few bigger windows in the back that kind of look onto the park area in the middle of town. But when I placed this window down, this box came here and I was like, okay, I can just delete that real quick. But I accidentally like dragged it. I was like, wait, you can move decorations? I don't know why I didn't think you could move them. I just like figured once they spawned in, they were just where they're meant to be. So literally, what if I just like moved this pumpkin? I can put it down here. Oh, that's good. That's good. See, why did I not think that I could move the decorations? I feel so silly now. I literally feel so silly. I swear, like I said, every time I play this game, I learn something new. But we have 2 vegetable boxes outside the little port / like government kingdom type house. Basically the main building of business in the town area. And the pumpkin could be down there. Oh, that's cute. That's actually cute. I want to center the pumpkin a little bit more, but that's still cute. Maybe the stairs can move over a little bit. Yeah, like that. That's better than it was, at least. Alright, so we've done that. And now that I've discovered that, I literally want to go back through the town and just like fix the decorations, especially starting with the docks, because, you know, this is a little silly looking. I want to do something that's a little bit better. And honestly, like this wagon can go over here. I don't even mind that, but I'm hoping to get a bench. I really want a bench. Can I get a bench? I wish I could just choose the decoration, like from a category. Okay, well, this is better than what we had. Maybe I could find something. I'm assuming these all kind of have like the same options. I would assume so. Why do I keep getting the same thing over and over again? Give me different things. Okay, this will work. I have like little barrel handles on it, and then we can go through and like delete these doors. Maybe put this here, and we'll just put this over here, and then we can delete this. Yeah, that looks so much better. That looks so much better. Though I would like a bench, and I'm wondering if I can spawn one with the door. I want to keep the wagon. Let me disconnect it and put it over here. Actually, I kind of like that. Maybe I'll move the shovel. There's already a shovel over here. Okay, well, we can have 2 shovels. We can put that maybe over here. I like the crate. I might put those back around the door. Honestly, these are both really cute, but I'm just going to move them out of the way for now. Let's put these back around it because this was cute. Having these like right here. So that's like the storage shed. Oh, here's a bench. Okay, so yeah, we need a certain size door basically. I did want to put it out here. So let's maybe put this bench over here so they could like sit and fish. So here we go. Okay, let's get maybe a bench over here in like the outdoor tavern area. There's a bench. Okay, so the little ones do spawn a bench. I guess it just depends on how much room you have. Okay, well, let's have this sit here with the little plant, and then maybe we can spawn another bench with it. Fish? I mean, I feel like that makes sense for the restaurant. Maybe we can have, oh, we already have a crate of fish. Well, we can have 2 crates of fish and this, and maybe we can have the wood over here just off the trail used to cook the food. And also this looks not that great, so I'm gonna delete those. Ooh, we have like sacks of oranges that could be used for like the alcohol that's sold here. So we have that over there. This sign to be in the middle, so you can put these on either side of these doors. Well, at least we have one sitting area, I guess. So we could put these over here. Maybe I can move this plant to be over here. This. I did want there to be a bench out here. Spawn one with this door. I do like the wheelbarrow, so I'll pull that aside. Here we go. Okay, so we can have this kind of over here, maybe sitting by the well. Wait, oh, I can duplicate benches. Oh my god, wait, can I duplicate all? Oh my god, I feel stupid. I feel so stupid now. Wait, again, I'm just learning more and more about decorations in this part. Why can't I just like see buttons? I see like a bunch of buttons at once and it overwhelms me. I guess I just don't realize with all of them. Okay. Okay, I feel real stupid now. Alright, well, let's put one here. Let's put one here. Let's go ahead and put one here. We can turn that around and copy this to be here. How many of y'all have been yelling at me this whole time in the comments? This whole time. I feel like you guys probably have been yelling at me, and you rightfully have the right. So, like, honestly, I feel like you guys have the total right. Alright, so we have some seating areas outside the tavern. We have some seating in the restaurant area, which, I mean, it kind of looks like there's only 2 people out here sitting, but no, this is fine. This is fine. Just move this there. That looks better. Okay, wow. Wow. I can't believe I was just sitting there spending so much time trying to spawn benches. I mean, I'll probably cut that footage down a little bit, but I think I just spent a stupid amount of time trying to spawn benches when literally I only needed to spawn one and then I can copy them. I feel silly. I feel so silly, but at least we got everything looking better decoration wise. Like, I feel like this legitimately looks way better in the towns area, especially the bar area. Like, this and the dock look extremely better. Again, apparently this game just is slightly a slow learning curve for me. I mean, I've discovered a lot over the last almost 6 months playing this game. But like I said, every video and almost every time I play the game, I feel like I learn something new, and it always seems to like categorize into the same category. Like, there was a learning curve where I was learning about like stairs and doing like ramps and different boardwalks and stuff like that, and then I went through a whole thing about the flags and then like discovering how you can make the windows way bigger or smaller. I don't know, it's just like every time I play I learn something new, and apparently today it was decorations. And I'm sorry if you're yelling at me because I feel real slow right now. So now that I'm hopefully done being stupid about decorations, I want to go through just a few more of the places and add a bit more landscaping so we can add some bigger flower bushes over in the building area. Let's see, how's the back of it look? Honestly, the back of it could use a little bit more bushiness too, so it separates the park and that area a little bit. Wait, was that a door? There's like a staircase there, but I can't understand why. I think I just accidentally put pathing there. I'm just gonna put that like that. That looks a little bit better. Though I will say I feel like maybe this could be widened up just a smidge to add a little bit more room for the pathway. And then is there anywhere else in town that really needs flowers? Like maybe we can do some more flowers through here and through here to kind of separate these buildings a little bit. I feel like that looks slightly better. And then maybe we could make this path like kind of circle around almost. I kind of like that circling around the front. And then maybe we can move this tree right in front. And I wouldn't even mind having like a flower type situation around. Ooh, we could do like a flower circle. Wait, hold on, that looks good. That looks nice. Okay, and then move the tree right in the center of it. I think the foliage over here looks good. Maybe we can do some more around the rich people's homes. So like right in front of their yard, maybe they'd have like flower beds. I feel like that looks nice, especially in front of the mayor's house. We can even like put them up going where the stairs are and whatnot. Have some bushes by the stairs. Maybe we can have some around this porch area a little bit. But they could have like some like bushes on the rock in front of their house. Maybe even go down a little bit with it. Like that, this way around their house. There we go. That kind of looks nice. We can make that blend together here. Add some flowers there. I feel like the mayor's house needs flowers maybe around the side. Just not flowers though, maybe bushes. So the flowers go out front and the bushes go more up to this wall here. And then maybe we put a tree here on this hill. So we have that. And honestly, this road is supposed to be like the main road. So I wouldn't even mind making this like a bit of a wider road going from like the mayor's house into the main town's area and up to like the courthouse type area. So we can make this a little bit thicker, have a better grand entrance in front of that. And then honestly, I was kind of thinking to separate like the rich people's home from like the farm area. What if we had like a little pond over here by the mayor's house? It doesn't have to be like a super big one, but we have this be like, I don't know, like right in here or something like that. And then it could lead from a little stream by the wall of their house. So we could do it like this maybe and just have a little separation pond there. I think that's kind of cute. And then we could put like another tree right on the edge of it. And then this can be the farmland area. So let's go ahead and get started on that. That's really the last part we have to this build and we'll finally be done. So I'm thinking maybe over here we could have like some silos. And honestly, I think I'm going to make them big and blue. And I know that may seem random to a lot of you, but if you know where I live, you would understand why. Because right near my house is just like some huge blue silos. So I just feel a little bit inspired to pull from that. It's not like a dark blue like I have, but it still works. And we can make them bigger. We're really going to emphasize the farm vibe here. And then we do another round building on top of it and go ahead and take that and lift it to be on top and make it double the size and probably like that. And then we can round it on the top. We'll make the color a different color too. Maybe we can do it the same way that the silos are at near my house are and have it, well, we can't do it white, but we can do it gray. So we can have that silo there. And then the way that the one near my house is that there's like another one, but it's like half the height. It's a little shorter than I want it. I think it'll do. And then we can kind of scoot these over and have the fencing go around them, and that can be the entrance of our farm. We're gonna start in the very corner, and it always takes me a minute to get these straight, and if I try to fix them manually, it just like doesn't work as well as I want it to. So let's do this. Maybe let's go ahead and change the color of the fence. So I'm thinking more like a white fence for the farm area, and do the back going along the edge, because I feel like that's gonna be biggest pain in our butt. And honestly, we can just kind of fence off like most of this. We almost got this. So honestly, we can do that there, do that there, and go up to the creek. We don't really have to have it going, I feel like, down the creek, because I feel like their animals could use the creek. We could have like a barn and a farmhouse back here. We have the main farmhouse here, and then like crops in the middle. Maybe we can also have a little shed here. Maybe there can be 2 farmhouses there. Right quick, let's go ahead and put the shed. I will just go ahead and make the door on this a little bit bigger though. I didn't plan on there being a door there, but I guess it does make sense that that is there. Blue shed, I guess. I feel like that would be helpful in this situation. I'm kind of thinking about it not having the line in the middle, just plain, and then we can just have a normal little door on it. I guess we could have 2 doors, and then we can spawn decorations, so I know how to now. Oh my god, we don't need a bell on it though. I guess the wreath will work as it's a little bit higher there. We can lower it just a little bit, and then maybe perhaps put one of these longer windows on it, as well as a little lamp here in the middle. I can put a door here long enough to try to spawn some decorations we could use. So we could use this, we could use this. I love how every time I move a decoration, another one spawns. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Let's put that fence there. Let's see, can we spawn more decoration? Ooh, yeah, broom set. Okay, yeah, let's put that by that door, and then we can go ahead and delete that door. There we go. So I have some decorations over there, and then like I said, the main 2 farmhouses can be over here. So this is gonna be like the entrance to the farm. So let's go ahead and finish putting the fencing through here. Let's go ahead and close off the animal barn area to be more like closing along these lines. So that can be like the farm animal and part of the crop area. Honestly, the crops could go through here. We could have like a little crop field on either side here, and that kind of outline where the animals are supposed to go, because we could have like one like really tiny one right here that looks absolutely horrible line wise, but we can bring that in a little bit. And I guess it wouldn't hurt to block off the water a little bit with the fence, because like if we bring this up to be a taller fence and then connect this one and go this way, I guess that could keep the animals from going into the main town's pond area. I guess it's more like the mayor's pond, but it's like in the town's area where people can use it. Alright, so let's go ahead, and on this one we can draw a bunch of little crop lines like this. Crop, maybe they're not really grown in yet. And then with these, I want to make these a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and choose flowers, make them super tiny, and just go here, put the flowers there, and then erase the path where we want the flowers. Erase those flowers there, erase the path very middle, something like that. And then where the flowers are, we can make it a bit bushier so it looks more like wheat or something. I don't know, it could be like a wheat crop. These could just have seeds growing in them for now, and then the rest of this I feel like could be where the houses and barns are. Though honestly, I feel like this should just straight up go ahead and connect to this one, and then let's go ahead and heighten this fence line to match that. So let's go ahead and build the barn and the smaller house. I kind of like tackling the smallest to the biggest. So let's go ahead and do this barn area over here. I guess we'll just like have all the barn stuff and the farm stuff just be blue. I feel like that would be our smartest bet. So let's just make this a little bit rounder, bring this up, and then on this one, I want to do a door with the path because I feel like that brings more farm vibes, like that maybe. And then we can have the wheelbarrow there. Let's see, can we continue spawning decorations? This door is made with the path, so I don't think it works exactly the same. I can't just like click on it and spawn more. I think I'd have to draw more pathing, get more stuff with the house we build next to it. So I feel like this would be like the workers' small little house here. This, and lift it up here. Maybe we can have it have a little front porch and chimney area, and then we'll do a little side building over here. So let's go here and drag it here and put a little chimney on top. There we go. That's cute. Just go ahead and lower it a little bit though. Add a front door. Honestly, let's just make it a bigger door. Different decorations here with pumpkins and wood. Let's see, we have a bench and we're going to copy it because we can copy the benches because I'm stupid and didn't realize that before. Alright, we can move the basket and then see what else we can spawn. Ooh, a wheel. That would go good like near barn area, maybe next to the pumpkins. Ooh, a proper like full bench. There we go. And then we'll just have a little basket decoration I would like to spawn. Ooh, a hoe is also good. It doesn't want to let me grab it. I just have to keep grabbing the door. Okay, well I guess it's either right beside it or not at all. But let's change the color of the door to blue and then we'll add some windows in. I'm thinking just some square windows would probably be the best. Can I put the shovel back without moving the door? I feel like I want the door more centered. Okay, well, I guess the barrel works. Maybe we could have like little hole windows up top. Plus we've been doing these on a few buildings, so kind of matches the vibes of everything. And then we just need to do a staircase. So let's do a staircase up to the front porch, So we could do something like this, and then maybe we put some flowers over on this corner and in between the barn and the house a little bit, and maybe they could have like a tree over next to their house right by the water. There we go, that's cute. And that can be room for animals, and we can draw maybe just a little path here going from the stairs to the barn. Bam, boom, bam. And then what if we did the path going along the water and into that, and then maybe that pathway can go into that one, but I will go ahead and do the pathing right here so we can have a little circle path here and then have this door here, that, and then do a little pathway. So here's one entrance to the farm, and then we can have another entrance going like this. Ooh, what if we got like a little sign? We could do like a little sign be like, this is where the farm is. I forget, can we put, oh, we can put flags on walls. Okay, hold on, that changes things. Let's go ahead and make this wall have a top on it. Maybe it can be, let's see, what kind of wall do we want? Do we want a brick wall? I feel like we should have like a brick wall with a blue flag, and that could be like, this is the farmland. So we have a little sign showing where the farm is, and then let's go ahead and build these two farmhouses. So we'll start with one here close to the silo. Let's just get the main building down first. There we go, scoot it all the way back to the fence line, and then let's color it back to blue. And honestly, maybe this could have wood structures on it. They're also blue. Brown roof, maybe? Should I do a brown roof or black? I feel like the black roof almost works better. Well, maybe then we could have brown accents on it then to make it stand out, and go ahead and put a front porch on it. Maybe we could do like a wraparound porch moment almost. So we could do one like this, bring it lower to the ground, and then we can do another little porch moment that goes and wraps like that, and then it can have a little side entrance to the house, taller but not as tall as the rest of the house. Scoot it into that part of the house, maybe flip the roof, yeah, like that. And then maybe on this side we can have a little fireplace type area. So we can shrink this way down, and put a little chimney on top, because you want them to have a fireplace to cook and whatnot. And let's go ahead and merge this to be a little bit more even. Where do I put the stairs? Because I could shrink this honestly in this way and just have the stairs be like right here. That could work, and have it like that, and then extend this out. And then that way we can have door going here. Can we scoot the porch further back so that turns into a door? There we go. So we have that. And honestly, let's go ahead and just switch the decorations. Ooh, the bench is nice. Okay, let's put the bench. Maybe we can get something like a shovel. Okay, the shovel works. I don't like the wreath. Okay, well maybe let's not have a bell on it though. Do something without a bell or a wreath. I think it really likes the bells. Okay, but the stack of wood is fine. And we can have little square windows along the side here. And then let's go ahead and do 2 medium doors instead of 2 big doors. I don't know, just a thought. I don't like the wreath on that though. I do like the little bell though. So we have that, a little hole in the middle there between them. And then we can have a light over that, almost like a mailbox or something. But then we can do bigger square windows here. And maybe should we do more? I don't know. I feel like we need like a really big window moment here. We use these windows almost like shutters. Put decorations here. There we go. That's better. And then let's go ahead and maybe spawn some decorations here. I like the wreath, but I want it like actual decorations. Do I need to scoot the porch? Yeah, there we go. Okay, well that just added a bunch of decorations right there. There we go. That works. That works. Alright, so we have a little farmhouse moment there. Maybe we can just add a couple more of these square hole windows. We have that farmhouse. And I did want another one. That one's gonna be the wider one, but I kind of want it like a taller but skinnier one, like a 2-story house. Put some flowers in between these houses right here and just have like a bush separation. I like that. And then we can have some bushes in front of this porch. And I'll connect those paths in a minute. For now, let's go ahead and get to building this house. And then honestly, it can just straight up go in the air. So it has a little platform under it. And then let's go ahead and add this front porch. Maybe it can have like a centered front porch where it doesn't go all the way. Ooh, what if it had like a little balcony? Maybe where it comes and makes some poles. There we go. And then we can have this have a fence at the top. Let's do the same thing this, so that can have a fence. Little door there at the top, and then we have a door, like double door here. And then do we want, I guess we'll have the stairs out the front. There we go. I even like this one being a little bit inclined. And let's center these just ever so slightly more. And then let's try to get some decorations here. They keep going off the porch. Okay, well we have this little basket of harvestables. We have crate of boxes, a barrel with flowers on it. We have another barrel with flowers on it. I guess that works. Let's see, what do we get here? We have a wreath on that door. We can have a barrel of flowers on it, a wreath with harvestables. I think I'll just do the wreath with the harvestables. Add some windows on this house so we have them measure out like that maybe. I do feel like we should probably have some windows on the side up top. I feel like that would be helpful. Does the farmhouse, I guess the farmhouse doesn't really need too many windows out the back. Maybe we can just do a couple of square windows. I guess if we move that more in the center, that would be good. Around back, I mean, I don't feel like anyone's going to be looking around back too much, but still feel like there should be something there. And then from here, we can do another little fenced in area. And maybe this one can have the path going like this and make it like a 4. And now let's divide this. Maybe this. We can have some more just tiny strips here. So this could be like their new garden, I guess. Maybe could have lines like this. I guess that could work. Maybe these could have like flowers on the sides of the pathing. Just kind of switch it up to make it look like different plants. I guess that could work. And then we want to go ahead and have a path that connects everything. This one could have like a little patio area outside the little front porch. And then this one could have just a little round area around their stairs. And then we'll have that connect like that. And then we want all this to connect. And then I'm thinking perhaps let's first bring this out here, make that more centered. And then we could add some more trees around. We have a tree there, a tree there. We have a tree between the houses. Maybe this one goes over here. Yeah, I think the smaller tree is a little bit better. And do some trees maybe right here and right here. Let's see, do they need trees anywhere else? Maybe we just do a couple out in the field. Never hurts to have just a couple of shady spots. Maybe move this one slightly more this way and this one slightly more that way. I feel like that works. And now the question is, what else do we need? I feel like we need a light on this house. So let's do that before I forget. So we can have a light above this door and then a light above both these doors. I guess the different crops could have some lights, and make sure, yeah, I didn't put any lights on this house. So let's put them above each window. And I think with that might be our whole town, you guys. I feel like that's pretty confidently a good town. And for my first like full-on town build, I feel like this is really decent. I mean, we have like a whole towns area with a tavern, a dock to go fishing, market stalls, a restaurant, shops, a courthouse, the trading post. That was the original theme. We have a whole farm area with 3 different houses. We have 3 different fancy rich people's houses. This is a lot on one lot. So real quick, I'm going to go into the camera mode and kind of show it off in order as if you were like walking through the town and discovering it. So when you first come in on the town, you come up to this road. There's this sign that's like kind of like, here is our town. This is what we're called. Welcome. And it's right in front of this beautiful piece of water that's in the back of the town's area, but it's fenced off. So immediately to your right, you have the rich people's community. So I imagine this is like the mayor's home, and then this is like their extended family and whatnot. And you can go this way, and this leads you to the trading post. So this is like, in my mind, like the information center when you come to the town. If you were to go through the pathing, here you have some market stalls where people can like sell their produce or whatnot. Across from that is this little park area with like a well for the town and whatnot. If you were to continue going around this area, this is how you get to the water that you can see in the entrance. So it has a little dock, a little store for you to buy your fishing supplies, and a little shed for the fishing supply place. And this is also a tavern over here, so you can come here, have a drink let loose, as well as go to the restaurant next door and have a bite to eat. And then if you continue the pathing, we have a bunch of little family owned shops here, and that would lead you out to the town where I assume the residential area would be, and this is like, you're leaving town now type of sign. And then in the middle of all that, we have like the courthouse type area. To the left, on the very edge of the land, we have the farm area. So this is like the little entrance to the farm. We have a little shed building with some silos. We have the two farm owners' houses where their family lives, and then we have like the workers' house, the barn, and like the different crop fields. And then the rich people's community and the farm are divided by this little creek, and they have like a wall around their house so like the workers can't cross the river and go into their house and whatnot. And that is the whole build. I feel like this is probably the biggest build I've done in Tiny Glades so far, but let me know if you guys liked it and you kind of liked this longer, bigger build. I know some of the builds I do only take like 20 minutes and they're only like a couple of buildings, but this one literally took up the whole lot. I had a lot of fun doing it. I felt like a lot of creativity went into this one, and I feel like I'm definitely gonna do another like town type building again. I really enjoyed this. They're not always gonna be this big and extensive, but I do enjoy doing the smaller, quicker ones as well. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it to this point, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright, bye!